Have you ever pondered the ripple effects of a seemingly distant event? How could Japan's nuclear contaminated water discharge potentially impact South Korea? A complex question indeed, but to understand the full picture, we must begin at the source, the Fukushima disaster in 2011. In March of that year, Japan faced one of the most catastrophic events in its history, the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. This devastating natural disaster led to another man-made calamity, the nuclear meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi power plant. The result? A vast amount of radioactive water that continues to accumulate even today. For years, Japan struggled to manage this radioactive water. Stored in massive tanks, the contaminated water posed a quandary. And then, in 2020, Japan made a controversial decision to discharge the treated radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean, a process expected to start in 2022 and last for decades. The announcement sparked outrage from neighboring countries, including South Korea. The main concern? The potential contamination of marine ecosystems and seafood, a staple in the South Korean diet. Despite reassurances from Japan and the International Atomic Energy Agency that the water would be treated to remove most radioactive materials, skepticism persists. The mistrust stems from Japan's handling of the initial disaster, which was marred by a lack of transparency. South Korea's response has been firm. They've expressed strong opposition to Japan's decision, citing concerns for public health and environmental safety. They've called for transparency and for international bodies to ensure the safe handling of the water discharge. Fast forward to today. The tension between Japan and South Korea over the issue continues to simmer. South Korea remains vigilant, conducting independent radiation checks on Japanese seafood imports and advocating for international intervention. So, what have we uncovered today? We've traced the path from the initial Fukushima disaster to the current contentious decision to discharge radioactive water. We've seen the repercussions, not just in Japan, but extending across the water to South Korea. We've delved into the concerns about marine contamination, public health, and the need for transparency. The Fukushima disaster and its aftermath are a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our world. An event in one corner of the globe can send ripples across oceans, impacting nations far and wide. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but by understanding the chronology, the decisions and the international response, we can better navigate the challenging waters that lie ahead. Remember, awareness is the first step towards action.